Yes, South Carolina Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace backed both of those last two bills I just mentioned. She's also the co-sponsor of a new bipartisan bill called Right to Try. It's legislation that would make it so patients with terminal illnesses can access Schedule I drugs in end-of-life care. Congresswoman Mace, I want to start. I invited you on this show to talk about that bill first. I want to talk about some of the other things. Let me start with that bill. It's because I sort of read it two ways. Is this a bill about right to try clinical stuff, sort of the, when all the normal routes have not worked, or is this about comfort care at the end of life? How would you describe it, Congresswoman?
I would describe it as all of the above. There is this precondition that this is an option at the end of life after you've tried other traditional methods. And we're talking about individuals who are terminally ill when nothing else has worked, and using something like a Schedule I drug like MDMA to be able to have a better quality of life at the end, helping with anxiety and depression, and even in most cases pain. And we've seen so many people across the country in study after study, including one gentleman in my own district who suffers from PTSD, being in one of these MDMA trials, and after a few trials he's now totally healed from his PTSD. It's had some enormous successes in some of these clinical trials.
Look, some people want to participate in clinical trials, but there's actually some cost issues, or maybe their insurance company won't do it, or maybe the rules of the clinical trial make them travel and they can't afford to do that. Is there anything in this bill to help out people who maybe don't have the means to, because some of these trials, you have to be in the location, right? And maybe so is there anything in the bill that would deal with that?
From a funding standpoint and getting funding for patients to travel, no, there would not be. But this is bipartisan. You have Senator Rand Paul, Senator Cory Booker, Congressman Blumenauer, and myself in the House, all of us working together to push this forward in a bipartisan way. Having the ability for patients to utilize MDMA for end-of-life care, just the opportunity to, that's been done in very limited stages to this at this juncture in time. To be able to do that more broadly across the country is going to be a very valuable next step. And as you stated earlier on the program, how divisive the partisanship is today, this is one place where we're going to be able to work together. And I look forward to working with everyone on both sides of the aisle and in both chambers and